engaging celebrity interviews, exciting updates from Christian filmmakers, movie reviews so you can choose your movies wisely, and so much more here on Faith on Film with Isaac Hernandez and Holly McClure.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Faith on Film. I am so excited for today's show because I have Holly back. I have missed her. There's been 2 shows without her. Holly, welcome back.
Thank you, Isaac. It's so good to be back. I was in Israel, as you know, and I went on a really quick trip. It was kind of a last minute thing within a few weeks, an invitation with the Israeli government. And I'm telling you, I've never been, all my life, I've worked for Christian networks and all my years in different ministries, always wanted to go. But I got a chance to go, and there is nothing like standing, looking out, and seeing Solomon, David's temple, and the king, and the whole Mount of Olives, and seeing the whole scape of Jerusalem, and then going to Nazareth, where Jesus grew up, and really where a lot of his ministry, the Sea of Galilee, Capernaum. I went to Capernaum, as they pronounce it, Capernaum. So it was just one of those, and I took lots of pictures and lots of film. Awesome. So we're going to be talking about it in a future show because I've got a lot to tell you about. It's so fun. But to do that before Christmas, to be able to see Jesus and think about that before Christmas, it was so special to me.
I don't know, like 30 years ago, had an opportunity. I've never been to Israel, but I had an opportunity to go when I was working at TBN, and Paul wanted to go. Paul was going to go to Israel, and he wanted to take me to be a part of the crew, if you will, really to help carry all the equipment and stuff. And I thought, I don't want to go to do that. So I didn't go. And I've never had an opportunity again. I know.
That was probably a regret in your life. That will probably be a regret because who knows who you would have met in the possibilities. And TBN over there, oh my gosh, that studio is gorgeous. I've got photos standing on their balcony overlooking. It's not like the TBN studios in the States. It's beautiful, multi-tiered. Anyway, amazing. We'll talk about that in future shows to come.
Oh, well, I'm sure God will give me another opportunity at some point. But anyway, you're back. Yes.
Thank you. And I did an interview with Matthew Baer, and he is the producer for a movie called Merv that is coming out about a dog. But the thing is, he also did a movie, 1998, Jack Frost, which was, I know that goes way back, but I love that movie. And it's one of his favorites because it was a Christmas movie. And this movie, Merv, stars Zooey Deschanel. And of course, I love being on this set in The Passion of the Christ with her father, Caleb Deschanel, and saying, what is your daughter doing? And he goes, she's making a little movie called Elf. And I'm like, oh. And then, of course, I get the junket. So I've seen Zooey's career go from the beginning to now, and it was even more fun to talk about this movie. So let's look at the trailer, and then we can see the interview, and I hope everyone's going to be as excited as I am.
Okay, Merv, I have something to tell you. The thing is, me and Russ broke up. You're going to be okay.
You've been a miserable drip lately. No, I haven't. Really enjoying being by myself right now. I'll see you next week. I love you, bud.
Merv, are you okay?
Don't want to play fetch. Don't want cuddles.
Dogs are very sensitive to anything that throws their routine, like a breakup.
You think Merv is depressed because we broke up? He needs to find his lust for life again.
Aww.
We're going on a boys' trip.
Where?
To a dog beach in Florida. High five.
He hates beaches.
No, you hate beaches. Come on, bud, cheer up. We got so many cool things to do. Oh, no. What are you doing here? You've turned up dressed like some weird lady spy.
We both know he's happiest when we're all hanging out together.
You don't know that.
It's just a week. How hard can it be?
Do you always go on vacation with your ex?
We're kind of doing this cheer up trip.
I just wanna be someone.
You still have feelings for him?
We're just 2 people who share a dog.
You share a dog. It's a red flag.
You look sad. Well, I hate to break it to you, but you can barely see. I don't need to see it, honey. I can feel it.
I just wanna be somebody to someone. Oh, I wanna be somebody to someone. Oh, I never had nobody and no road home.
I think I still have feelings for Russ. Anna, you're perfect together. Maybe Merv could stay in my room tonight?
Oh, no, sorry, Sally's just falling asleep. I'm sleepwalking.
I don't think that's a thing.
And if the sun starts setting, the sky goes cold. And if the clouds get heavy and start to fall, I really need somebody to
could be a window into his trauma.
What's he saying?
I love everybody. Oh, Merv's a Victorian street urchin.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. And I loved Merv, excuse me, Merv. The thing about this movie that's also funny is Zoe Deschanel. Now she'll be in 2 Christmas movies, and you have 2 Christmas movies, so I love that.
You're the first. You're the first person to have put that together, so I'll take it.
Absolutely,
with much enthusiasm.
You both have 2 coming out. That's something to be proud of. You know, funny because I was working on The Passion of the Christ in 2002. I was in Italy doing behind the scenes for it, and Caleb Deschanel, I was talking to him, and he's behind the camera. We're literally getting ready to film a scene, and he said, "Yeah." I goes, "What is your daughter doing?" He goes, "Well, she's a singer." He said, "She's doing a little movie called Elf." He goes, "I don't know." I go, "Elf?" And she goes, "Yeah, it's just a little movie she's filming called that." And he goes, "It's supposed to be coming out at Christmas." Well, then I did the junket, and it was a huge movie.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, back in the day, it's just so funny to see her come from there to there. But this movie, who's not going to love a movie about dogs, and who's not going to love a movie about romance? And I love the fact that this story goes from a dog's perspective of being depressed because people aren't together. Who thinks about pets being depressed? But it took you 11 years with this story. So give us some background on why this was an important one for you to do.
Well, when I first read the script, I felt that here was a unique take on a romantic comedy, that a couple would share custody of their dog like a child in a divorce. And I thought, okay, that's an interesting premise. And what has happened oftentimes in movies, when you start out with something, it takes a long time to get made. And so what's happened with Merv is that post-COVID, more dogs were adopted and than in history. And so the idea of after COVID, those couples who adopted dogs have ended up separating. So the idea of sharing custody of your dog is now a very well-known thing that happens. So I am amazed by how sometimes in the movie business things happen with what the story is about that land in the proper time. And so that's one of the leading things for me in this. And so I connected with this idea of how a couple who is having a problematic time can possibly be reconnected through their dog, and the parallels of a dog and a child were obvious. And I thought, okay, here's a unique take on the genre.
It really is. And I don't want to give too much away, but it does have a happy ending. It's not all saddened about depression and a sad story. In fact, it takes the subject, I feel like, lightheartedly, but it still delves into it. And people realize that they're depressed. I mean, the owners of the dog, right? They realize that Anna and Russ, so Zoe Deschanel and Charlie, they both realize that they're kind of depressed too, because the relationship is broken up. So a lot of people this time of year are. I mean, the Christmas time, they go through depression, especially single people, people who just gotten divorced or just broken up. A lot of people are going to relate with this because they're going through it.
Yeah, the thing was that as we were trying to develop what was the issue that Merv would be facing, the reality is that depressed dogs are a real thing. And we have a line in the movie where the veterinarian says that we'll prescribe Xanax, and Charlie and Zoe react with shock. But the reality is that that's true, and that there is medication for dogs who are going through depression. So the connection between the way that a dog is able to sense what his parents, so to speak, are going through is very real. And so it felt like, okay, that's a natural thing for us to do because it's true.
And the dog, Merv, well, Gus is his real name, but he was a rescue dog.
Yes,
I think that is amazing that they was trained from being a rescue dog.
Yeah, that was one of the most amazing things about being a film producer is that you learn each movie you learn new things. And so in the case of Merv, I have now become somewhat expert in movie dogs. And the difference, our trainer, Mark Forbes, is I refer to him as the Steven Spielberg of dog trainers because he has done a massive amount of movies. But when you really get into seeing what a trained movie dog does versus a well-trained regular dog, the differences are spectacular. And it's really impossible to do a movie with a dog in one of the leading roles unless the dog is incredibly well trained. Imagine the problems that you would have in trying to make your day if the dog was not doing what was necessary. And so in the case of Gus, he is a home run, brilliant as far as providing the audience with the feeling that he is giving a performance. That dynamic, I think, really comes through in the movie. And so his trainers are fantastic, and Gus is fantastic. And the fact that he had this full scale journey into film acting is fantastic.
And now is he getting paid higher than all the other actors that worked on the project?
No, we've talked.
Animal dogs in Hollywood have a history of being pets. Actually, have a history of being paid a lot.
Yeah, the reality of that is that it's the trainers that they get a lot of money.
Absolutely.
But in the case of Merv, there are so many dogs because a lot of it takes place at Dog Beach that all of those dogs have to be coordinated. And so Mark, in this case, Mark had a very big job as far as orchestrating all of the scenes and dog yoga and on the beach. So it was a big job for Mark, but he did a brilliant job.
Well, the people have just seen the trailers, so I mean, clearly they can understand that there is a little vacation that's taken in the middle of the story,
Yeah.
and they go to this resort where dogs are pampered. So I think it's kind of funny how that happened too. But I love that. I also, they tell you in Hollywood, don't work with animals, don't work with kids. Well, that used to be the old cliche. But nowadays, if you don't have a dog or in your movie, it may not even be popular because pets make it. People love those in movies.
Yeah, that legendary idea. From my observation, both because there are kids and dogs in Merv, but my observation of that is it's pretty old fashioned now. In particular with kids, because the kids are so on it, and there's that kind of ideology with the way that kids think now and their sophistication and their savvy. They're pros now. So I think that theory is kind of a long
a little off.
And of course, if you have to have a trained dog, if you don't have a trained dog, then yes, that would be a problem.
Let's talk about Zoe and Charlie, your leads, and working with Zoe. She has certainly had a career. It started off with a Christmas movie, actually, Elf. She started off that way, and it's funny that she's doing another very different but Christmas movie. But a little bit about the people that were involved, and then you have a producer that a lot of our audience is familiar with, Ms. B, Roma Downey. She's executive producer, so you've got a great team behind you and starring in the film.
Yeah, well, I'll go in order. In terms of our cast, what Zoe brings to Merv is that, and when people see the film, they'll be reminded of it, is that she is incredibly likable, relatable, and funny. And she has her own unique persona. And that persona is on full display in Merv. And in the case of Charlie Cox, who is most known for playing Daredevil in the Disney series, Charlie is a phenomenal actor and really funny, but he is so likable and winning. And so the two of them got along great. And you can see in the movie that even though they're playing a couple that has split up, that there is the good old-fashioned chemistry that exists when you cast a couple in the right way. And what I love about the movie, among many things, is that they are grown-ups in the movie. It's not a romantic comedy about teenagers
Mhm.
who are having what for adults would be a minor problem. In our film, these are grown-ups with the real issues that are going on. And
Mhm.
both of them are so talented and fantastic actors that to me that bonds the movie in a more sophisticated and mature way. And it was delightful, along with Jessica Swale, the director, who really helped calibrate their dynamic, both as friends and while making the movie. So I feel that there's a really natural
Yes.
rapport between them that really helps the movie feel elevated. And
Right.
when it comes to Roma, Downey, who is my producing partner, Roma and I have become very, very, very dear friends, and I could not ask for a better producing partner. Roma is, um, while she played an angel that everybody knows her, in real life, I can attest to the fact that she is one. She
Yes.
is one of the nicest, most generous, funny, talented, kind people I've ever been with. We actually were just together yesterday for luncheon and celebrating the movie coming out on Wednesday. But Roma adds such a positive spirit around everything she does, and I was fortunate in that Roma's company, Lightworkers, optioned the script, and then we developed it, and it was a project that was at MGM, but then when Amazon bought MGM, it became an Amazon project. And so, but I can't speak highly enough about another person than Roma. She's just an incredibly special person.
She is. I've interviewed her several times, and I can attest to that. She is a wonderful woman, wonderful person. This is going to be coming out on Amazon Prime, like you mentioned, and I love it. Okay, I know people are going to write me in. Hallmark movies to me, you can figure everything out in the first 5 minutes, so it's very hard for me to watch a Hallmark movie because I
Sure.
already know the plot and they're all typical. So I love that this is a rom com that's not predictable. It's for couples. It's a comedy, but it's also got romance and serious things as well. It's lighthearted. There is love that wins out in it. I mean, this has got to be a great movie for Christmas for couples to watch.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that I'm most pleased about having developed Merv from the start in terms of the screenplay moving forward, and now I've seen the movie, what must be 150 times as far as going through the process of doing it. But one of the things as a storyteller that's very satisfying is that most romantic comedies, you sort of understand exactly where it's going, that there isn't any question as to what the narrative is going to be. And in the case of Merv, when the second act comes, you really don't know what's going to happen
No,
without giving anything away. And so that it propels the third act in the movie into being something that you are genuinely wondering what's going to happen. And especially in the genre, I think that that's a real accomplishment for how the movie has turned out because most of the Hallmark movies and holiday movies, you basically are just sort of absorbing what it is that's in front of you and taking it in. Versus in the case of Merv, I think you're really absorbed with the narrative of what's going to happen to these two people and one dog.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay. Other than Jack Frost, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Probably It's a Wonderful Life.
I do too. I do. I love
Yeah,
it.
I think
Just
that movie has stood the test of time in an incredibly profound way, and that just every aspect of it, from performance to
I do
um,
too.
narrative, that's one of the best movies of all time.
And I still get teary eyed at the very end because Jimmy Stewart can make me cry.
Yeah,
I've watched it hundreds of times, and I still it just has that pull to it when you've seen it. And it's just like, oh, that warmth. of how people should be and community should be and love should be and neighbors should be and family. You unite together. I love that spirit, especially in the end of that. Well, okay. And then one more question. What was your favorite scene in Merv? What's one of those that you like? I love that, how it turned out.
I think that my favorite scene is when the character of Russ is having to decide what is best for Merv as far as the emotion of the relationship that he is in, as if he was a father who was trying to decide what's best for his child. And so I think that there is a profound sweetness and emotion. I would say number one, Merv is funny. Number two, it's emotionally relevant. But number three, I think that its heart is so much in the right place. And this idea of correlating a dog and a child, I think that that has come out in a really fantastic way where it gives it a unique aspect. And that scene, I think to me, is unique, is being able to make this parallel with the way that people really do feel about their dogs, that the experience of Merv has so awakened me to the idea of the connections between humans and dogs. And that is a very real thing. And the movie hits that in the right way.
Oh, well, I've so enjoyed speaking with you. I hope, okay, you've got 2 Christmas movies now. In the future, work on a few more. You've got some more years here to take on some other themes. and the films that you've done, I just thank you for taking the time for being with our audience today and sharing this. And everybody, you've got Amazon Prime. No matter when you're watching this, it's wonderful. It's there. I mean, if it's a week, 2 weeks from now, even after the holidays, it's a wonderful movie to see. It's called Merv. You've heard a little bit about it. And thanks again for being with us.
You got it. Thank you, Holly. Nice to see you.
What makes Capernaum Studios different from other movie studios? We believe in empowering filmmakers to make stories that matter, inspire, uplift, and transform lives. From historically authentic sets to state-of-the-art, fully equipped sound stages, we offer immersive LED and green screen stages, ICVFX virtual production, period to modern sets, a first-century village featured in The Chosen, and much more. We provide everything filmmakers need to focus on what matters in making their vision a reality, producing meaningful content affordably without compromising creativity. Discovering what's possible when creativity meets purpose. Capernaum Studios, empowering filmmakers to make dreams a reality.
If you're looking for a movie with nostalgic charm and a great message, you got to see Jesus Freaks. It is based on a true story about love, faith, and the power of the Holy Spirit that rocked the world 50 years ago during the Jesus Revolution. Written and directed by Nina May, it features Sam and Kevin Sorbo. It is available at JesusFreaksMovie.com and Amazon Prime. I'm telling you, you're gonna love this movie. Get it today at JesusFreaksMovie.com or Amazon. Welcome back, everybody. Holly, that was great. That was a great interview.
Thank you. This is a movie. I just want to qualify here. There's no sexual situations in this movie that are shown. Okay. So that you don't have to worry about that. It is a couple that live together. They break up and they get back together. And the idea is they're getting back to get married because they make a choice to be together for the future. It's the depression that they go through to realize that they really do love each other. So I just want people to be aware of that. There's some different morals or values here. But again, I'm telling you, it's family friendly for the most part. Older kids to teens. The dog is simply charming, and it was a rescue dog, like he said, so we love that. But depression is a very real thing. And, the holidays, we think of them as being happy because those of us who have family and spouses and friends, and, we generally are in the happy atmosphere, but there's a lot of people who don't. There's a lot of people who don't have, they had a death in the family, or, their relationship is broken up or something. And so I thought it really dealt with a very serious subject in a charming way. And there was humor to it and lightheartedness, and it has a happy ending. So I really like that. And I did tell him that he's got 2 Christmas movies now, and Zoe has 2 Christmas movies, and he loved that because it's true. They've got 2 movies right now. But for those of you who want to watch Jack Frost, kind of interesting because that movie deals with a father's death and how the little boy's depressed and comes through it. But that also, was interesting, that story. So I don't know, but interesting for Christmas time, and I hope it does really well. It's on Amazon Prime, so take a look, folks, and watch it. And I hope you can support it, because we do want to have good films out there that people will support.
And you mentioned a lot about the dog, by the way, and technically you could say the dog was the star of this movie.
It was.
Right? And here's what's cute. Now, we own a dog here at home. We do have a dog. I'm not a very, how would you say it? I'm not a very loving person to the dog. I mean, I love my dog, but it's not like I'm there going, oh, my little dog, I love you so much.
It's not like a child. You
I just
feel
don't
like a
do that.
child.
Well, interesting. No, I'm not sure I even did that with my children. That's just my personality. I mean, I'm their dad. I'm their provider. I'm not exactly a warm, fuzzy person. Okay, let me say.
Oh, you're a teddy bear. We all know it.
Okay. But after seeing this movie and seeing this dog, I got to admit, I felt this incredible love for my dog. I wanted to grab my dog. Oh, you know what? You're cute. Or I don't know. It worked. The dog was so wonderful in this movie.
And the dogs have feelings. It really highlights the dogs have feelings and emotions, and they play on human emotions, and that's real.
Apparently. And it's funny because not only my dog, but even other dogs and cats, and they for some reason feel like they want to come to me, and I don't understand why, but they must see something deeper inside of me. I don't know, but I just had to say
they're working on you, Isaac. They're working on you.
I guess so. Well, we got a couple of minutes left. What else would you like to talk about? Is there now that you're back? Come on, let's talk about something.
Oh, it's so fun. Well, and plus, I got to get caught up on movies, and I did see The Wicked 2, and I would wish. I'll just say this: don't go see this movie. I really, the first one I think got away with a lot. This one, the Wicked Witch says that she's wicked. She has, she sleeps with the sergeant, the leader, who becomes the Scarecrow. Nothing like the first film, folks, like the original Wizard of Oz. She sleeps with him. They show them kind of waking up in bed. There's just the witchcraft was more intense. The dark was more intense, and they just changed the storyline all around. The guy who liked her turns into the Tin Man. The Cowardly Lion. I mean, it's very few that they show those characters, but again, it so strays from it, and I don't think it's a happy ending. And I just for all the people I see them taking their kids and teens. Folks, don't play into it. We don't need that witchcraft this time of year or any time.
Okay. Well, I said we had a couple of minutes, and then I just realized I looked at the clock, and I'm like, oh my goodness, we don't have a couple of minutes left. We just got so excited about what we were talking about, but I'm glad we at least got to warn these people. But other than that, we're out of time, Holly.
Yes. Well, it's been great, and I look forward to having our show about Israel and other movies coming up for the holiday season and beyond.
Absolutely fantastic. All right, folks, that's it. Don't forget to check out our website, faithonfilmtv.com. Till next week, take care.
Write to us at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Faith on Film TV. Also, go to our YouTube channel, Faith on Film TV, and hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications on our latest Faith on Film shows.